Hey guys, it's Greg from Catskills TCG. Wanted to make a video today talking about something a little different. I know everyone's looking for Pokemon cards nowadays, and everyone's trying to sell Pokemon cards nowadays, and people are asking, where can you buy them? Where can you get them? Whatever. And I think the most common answer is on social media, right? Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever, all that stuff, right? You can get them all there. GameStop's now selling slabs or whatever. But for singles, of late, I've been hunting on eBay. Yes, eBay. So today I'm going to talk about Pokemon card buying on eBay. Whether you're a vendor, whether you're a regular person who wants to collect, there's a lot out there. And the question is, how do you sort through it all and know what's legit and what's not, and so on and so on. I've been doing this now for about a couple of months, and I've made two big lot purchases. They've included at least, let's see, the one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards in the one lot, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I forgot one actually in the binder still. That was that one. So they had like 11 and 11. One of the promos that were in this lot, I kept for myself because I didn't know it was a real thing, and cool card. But let's talk about how to go about that on eBay, right? First thing is first, if you're someone that's a vendor, right, you want to make sure that it has resale value. So you're kind of looking for deals, you're looking for cards that, you can move, right? If you're buying a bunch of cards that you can't move, that's a problem. To preface that now that I'm thinking about it, I have bought 3 lots. One of them was a vintage hollow lot. And that lot, I assumed, wasn't going to move too fast or be whatever. Because vintage is vintage. Not everyone wants vintage, and that's fine. But they are all vintage hollows. So I have a whole page in my binder for sale at shows of vintage hollows, which I thought was cool. Haven't sold any of those yet, so that's fine. But conditions are huge, right? Resale value, conditioning is huge. So the first thing you have to do is go through the cards and make sure they're legit, first of all, like not fake cards, and then price them out based on conditions. Now, what I've learned is sellers that have photos, obviously are easy to buy from. You can see the photos. And having feedback is huge too. Obviously, you have a sensor of mind that you're going to get what you paid for and not going to get scammed, right? So vendors that have sellers that have pictures on eBay with a clear description of it in the description, those are the ones that are the safest to buy from, right? Obviously. And if they have good feedback, go right ahead. The question now is, if you're trying to flip that, can you resell it? Can you buy those cards and flip them or whatever? Or you're keeping them? If you're keeping them, it's fine. But as a reseller, for me, I have to make some margin on the lots that I buy. So if they don't have photos, though, that's where it gets a little tricky, right? If there's no photos there, how do you know? So what I do is I contact the seller, message them on eBay. This is what I have done, obviously. If I don't hear back from them, I'm not buying from them. That's how I've done it. I stick to my rules so I don't get scammed and whatever else. I'll send them a message on eBay, and I'll say, hey, I saw your lot, I'm interested in a lot. I'm interested in buying it or sending an offer to you, but I want to double check that the cards are the conditions they say. There's one lot that I'm watching now where I did that, and it says near mint and all in the description, but I emailed the person, I messaged them, and he told me that there's 2 cards that have issues. He's taking pictures of those cards, so I know that those cards in the pictures are damaged or whatever. To me, that's a good thing. That's someone that now I will consider buying from. Why would you lie to me, right? Because if you lie to me and I buy those and I don't get what I get, eBay, which is a huge thing, they have an eBay return policy for cards that do not match descriptions. So even if that seller has a no refund policy, eBay can help you out if you get scammed. If the conditions don't match to what they say, they can help you out. So to help myself, to CYA, cover your butt, I look at the description first, and then I also message the seller to make sure that they are the same. Conditions are the same. If they match out, I'll buy it. This first lot I bought for $160, and the resale value is at $250, okay? And these are some cool alternate art, old promos. These are actually alternate art promos that are all in one big lot. Most of them are near mint. A few were LP. And the seller was honest about it. And I'm okay with that. This was the card that was the beat up card. It's a Meganium Prime. And the seller showed me pictures of the back. And there's definitely whitening. So, okay. So for that seller to me, from now on, I will always buy from them. They were legit. The cards came as advertised. They were packed safely, and they arrived on time. Awesome, awesome purchase, right? Now, the problem now is how to find cards, right? How to find these lots. And on eBay, it's so vast, right? There's so many things out there. Everyone's trying to sell stuff. So what I usually do is I type in the name of the lot. I'll type in either Pokemon card collection or Pokemon lot. If you want to be specific, I've done evolution lots, I've done Rayquaza lots, whatever the Pokemon type is, whatever it is, I'll type it in. And you can usually find, it'll bring up tons of lots or whatever else. So now you have to figure out your price range. I'm not going to tell you what my price range is, but I have a filter that I usually set from a minimum price to a maximum price that I'm willing to pay. And it just cuts down all the extra fluff that you don't want to see, right? And I have found some great lots for not expensive, but the resale value is insane. This lot right here, I'm going to look more of these cards that I put in my binder already. I paid $165 for these lots. For this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, for 12 cards. The resale value is over $400. Craziness, okay? This is the one trainer card. This was the other trainer. This trainer is LP, which was mentioned, okay? And this seller had no feedback at all. 0% feedback. So I was taking a chance here. But I emailed them. Messaged them on eBay. This card is so sick. And they got back to me and they said, the one card is LP or whatever. Like Call of Legends Hollows. Cards I've never seen before. And then more promos. This is the Japanese version. This is the English one. This is the Japanese one. So, awesome cards. And all it takes is some effort. And putting in some time in. So, like I said, what I like to do is I will watch lots. I will just watch them on eBay and let them sit. And I'll wait for the seller to send me an offer. And if they're sending an offer, that means they're ready to play ball. They're trying to move that lot and sell it. From what I've seen and from what I've done, as long as you're not rude with your offer, where it's like crazy low, they'll accept it and they'll work with you. And so far, everything has been legit. Like I said, this seller had no feedback. Now, some people might not like that I bought this without telling them the real price, whatever, but that's not my problem. If you're happy selling for whatever amount, that's great. You got rid of the cards you want to get rid of. You made some money. I'm not the pricing police. Like I said, I'm looking for me as a vendor to resell cards. Personally, I hate saying to people, sorry, I'm a vendor. I can only take in trades at 80%. I buy at a percentage. It seems scummy. I get it. There's a lot of talk. I'll possibly be in a video about everyone wanting to be vendors nowadays. I have an LLC. I have a business to run. So I don't feel bad about finding lots. I'm doing work. I'm going out, searching, making connections, going legit. I'm pricing out every single card. As you can see here, I price out the cards. I price them out. I find what the value is and everything else. So I'm doing work for my business. And I had to resell this stuff. So, I get it. About the whole vending thing and prime percentages. So I was just kind of eliminating all that. This is another avenue to find cards as a vendor. And I found some great lots, as you just saw. I have more in my eBay watch list that I just have waiting there. And whenever I need, hopefully, the thing is now, if you wait too long, people obviously see them and they buy it. I had a few lots. I had a Rayquaza lot that had the shiny Mega Rayquaza EX promo that I've never seen before, that card alone is like $120 or whatever it is. It would have paid for the lot itself, right? So that's awesome. When I find lots that have one card that can pay for the whole lot, I am watching that one like a hawk. Because that's what you want, right? If you can sell one card to make your money back, and then the rest of it is just extra money, whatever, that's what you want. So, again, I'm waiting to get scammed. I will probably get scammed with some many cards that don't match descriptions or whatever it is. And I will test back the eBay policy of returns or whatever else. But, you know, that's just the nature of business. You know, sometimes you're going to get scammed. And as long as you have things in place to keep you safe and protected, that's all that matters, right? And that's all I'm going to do here in this case. If I ever get burned, I did my due diligence. I reached out, made sure that it was legit. They told me that conditions were near mint. Obviously, these don't match. Shouldn't be a problem, right? But again, I would really suggest using filters for the price-wise. Stay in your price range where you want to be. If it's $0 to $100, perfect. I'm sure there's lots in there. The 100, 200, you know, for the big dogs, 300 and above, I'm sure there's a lot of lots that are up there that I haven't gone through because I just don't want to be up in that high of a range. And there's a lot of fluff. People are trying to sell bulk Vs and Japanese EXs and common cards. And so like I said, you have to do your work, due diligence. You have to go do some stuff, dig through, find out what's worth it. But like I said, I've made these two lots. You know, I've paid about $300, $320 total, and the value total is above $6. So I've almost doubled my profits in a way, and just by doing some extra work in a non-conventional way, thing outside of that bubble box of, you know, these type of cards. You know, these are all older cards that, you know, I think are awesome. And if you think that they're cool cards, you want them, go ahead and get them. Obviously, if you're a reseller, they have to have resale value, right? So think about that too when you're doing it. If you have any experience doing this and you find it fun, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.